Hi guys! Hello everybody, it's Kali here. Welcome Bloomerinos, I'm so glad to have you. Today we're going to do a super sweet, cute kitty door hanger. She's going to have all the fun stuff for Halloween and fall. And of course she's got the cute buffalo check. So the door hanger comes like this, and she'll have a little orange bow here. I just took that off because we're going to start fresh and add our own goodies. So this kit is available at Khalees.com. You can get all the supplies to make this. The only thing you'll need on your own is some cable ties. You'll need some scissors and some wire cutters, because that's what I use to do the cutting of the ribbon and stuff. And you need wire cutters to cut the picks, okay? So the first thing I'm going to do is decide how I want to design mine. And I kind of took the big pumpkin apart. It's a big pick, and I cut these into two sections here. All right, and then we're going to use a couple of these pumpkins, but I'm going to put that off to the side for a minute. You're also going to get a full roll of ribbon in your kit, so you can easily make this. Now, you're going to need some cable ties, but you can get those in the electrical department of your local craft store. We're going to use that to hold our little cluster on here. So the first thing you want to do though is think about how you want to do it and just start laying it out. When I took these pieces off, I cut these edges really neat and clean. So I'm just going to take those, and I think we're going to have this going down here, but you want to think about how that's going to look. The hanger's up here at the top where his little ears are. So I think that'll work really cute. And then maybe we can put a bow in the center. And then maybe we'll do a little bit of fun stuff up on his ears. But then I think I would also like to add this ball pick right to the middle. And you can either have 3 balls going up or down. It's up to you. And we'll add that right to the center. And then I'm going to trim this piece off. We don't need it that long. So I'm just going to take and cut that off. Now let's move Kitty out of the way for a second, and we'll make our little cluster. So in design school, it's our floral design class where I teach you how to make wreaths, centerpieces, garlands, tree toppers, floral arrangements, all of that stuff. We sometimes use something called the cluster method, and that's what we're doing right now. Meaning that we make a cluster, then we apply it to our piece. There's all kind of different ways to create, but sometimes this is a really easy way to do it. This, what I'm doing right now, I call shaking hands. So the KDS Bloomerinos know that this means we're going to spread it out and make everybody look pretty. So even on these, we're going to need to do that too, and make sure they're sitting up. We never want our wreaths or arrangements to be flat. You want them to have dimension and texture. That's what's going to make your work stand apart. And it's going to allow you to get more money for the same piece that your competition makes if you sell your items. And of course, if it's just going to go on your door for your home and yourself, you're going to get more compliments because it's not going to be flat. So you can see I've taken all these pumpkins. I'm standing them up forward. They're looking at me. So when they're hanging on the door, they'll be looking at me also. Same thing with this. These are all got a lot of movement. They're moving around. I'm going to pop that right in the middle here. Okay, just like that. So I've clustered, hence the cluster method. I've clustered all these in the middle here. And now I'm ready to take my cable tie. So this is what electricians use. And a lot of other, it's used for a lot of different things, but we're going to use it just to cinch these up here. So I'm going to go through the middle. And we'll get them tight. Get it started here, and then I'm going to watch them. Don't you wiggle on me, buddy. So we can get that nice and tight. The nice thing about cable ties is they hold tighter than a wire or a pipe cleaner can. So they really get it taut. Now keep the nubby part towards the front. We'll be able to hide all that with the bow once we get it in place. Okay, so we've made our own little cluster to go on our kitty. Let me bring her back. Here she is. So we're going to put this right by the tail. Oh, that's so cute. So this is where she's going to be attached in just a little bit. We're going to go ahead and tie the bow now, and I'm going to show you a super easy way to tie the bow just by hand, so you don't need anything special. Let me pop her out of our way. Your kit's going to come with a whole roll of ribbon, so you'll have plenty. And you are going to need another cable tie for this offset. Ooh. I'm using these longer ones. You don't have to have them that long. Just the 8-inch cable ties would be fine. Okay, and your tail length depends on how far you want that bow to go down. I'm usually doing these about 20 inches because I like to curl my ribbon. So I'm going to do that first. Then I'll take and scrunch this in my hand and twist. Okay. And I'm twisting because I want that ribbon to get towards the front. Then I'm going to make my first loop. And I'm going to make it about from my fingertip to the middle of my palm. Scrunch that and twist it again. Okay? And you want those to be similar on both sides. Fingertip to the middle of the palm. Fantastic. Now I'm going to make twist again. So this is just like we would normally make on the Easy Bow Maker. We're just doing it in our hands. This is going to be my center loop. I'm going to make it just a little bit smaller. Okay? Twist it. Come back to the middle and scrunch. So I've made a really cute, just 2 loops and 2 tails. So this actually would be a tutu bow. We just changed the length of the loops. All right, let's come down and cut this other tail at a similar distance. Just kind of eyeballing it. And I'm going to take my cable tie and we'll cinch up the middle. And you could definitely use a pipe cleaner, anything you want. I just like to use these. They're not as necessary when you have a simple bow, but I still use them. Okay, before you get it too tight, flip that around. And this is what's going to hold our cluster and our bow on our piece. So I do want a cable tie back here. Okay, and then before I get it real tight, I'm going to fluff. And make sure I like it. Once I'm good to go, cinch it really tight and trim that off. Okay, how cute. Okay, if you are going to show the center of your bow, we're going to be covering ours with a little special little piece. So I'm not going to cover it with ribbon like I normally would. I'm just going to leave it like that. Now let's bring it back and put all this together. You guys, if you don't already follow us here, make sure you like, subscribe, and follow so you get more updates. We'd love to have you on our text list at textkalee.com. I would love to give you more information when we're live, what we're doing, so you don't miss out on all the fun. So decide where you want this. I think I'm going to bring it down a little bit. I like his little line of his tail not being too intersected by everything else. I like that. So this is my bow. There's my cable tie. I'm going to come in and grab a few pieces of my vine and wire down here. So this is how I'm attaching it to the frame of the cat. And I'm coming right through the middle where I had the other cluster cable tie, where we did the cluster. Pull that super tight now. Okay, and we'll rotate the bow around on it. Just a second. You're going to love these. These are so easy to make. Such a big win for you guys who are new to designing. These type of things are easy, and they really, there's a market for them. Because not everybody wants a wreath. They want something clever that not their neighbor doesn't have, but is super fun. Oh my gosh, so cute. Okay, we'll be taking care of that center in just a little bit. You can stop right here, but this is a little girl kitty. So I'm going to give her a little action up here on her ears. I want to give her a little bow. So let's make a really simple bow. I'm going to grab my ribbon again. And I'm just going to cut a 30-inch piece. And we'll take and find the correct side. You can find the correct side by looking for that seam on the wire. And I'm going to make a loop in each hand, just like this. And we'll just tie a nice little hand over hand bow. Just twist one inside the other. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is take and keep backing these tails out till I get it small. Okay, get it small and then pull it again. Do that a couple of times so you get it the size you want it. And tighten up that center. And then boom! How cute is that? Alright. And it's wire ribbon, so you can still manipulate that little bow how you want it to be. Okay, I'll cut the tails in a minute once I get her where I want to put her. Now, since her bow was down here, I want her little hair bow to be up here. And I'm going to keep her tails pretty short, so let me dovetail them. So to dovetail, guys, you just fold the ribbon in half and cut from the part you folded over down. And you get a cute little dovetail like that. I love that. Fold the part down. There's our cute little dovetail. So we've just made the sweetest little bow for up here by her ear. And I'm just going to glue that on. And then we've got one little more fun thing to do. You definitely could use a glue gun. I'm using my glue pot, so I'll just bring my bamboo stick over here with glue and get enough on there where we can wiggle this between her little ear. Oh my goodness! Isn't that precious? Now, I told you if you hung in there, there'd be a little treat for you at the end. Take that last pick that we haven't used all of. That's this one that we didn't cut off the big stem. And what we want to do is cut off a couple of the pumpkins. I cut off the big one. I'm going to cut off one of the baby ones. And I also want to grab, I love twigs, so I'll find ways to use these twigs in here. I don't want to waste anything, y'all. So I'll just tear those off the stem. And I'll trim them up. Okay. Let me trim. Oh, don't trim the stem. That is so cute. Don't trim that. So I'm thinking that we would use a little bitty pumpkin here at the top. And we could glue that one in to her little ear. Oh my gosh, how cute. And then we use the bigger, fatter, chunky one down here to the bottom, and we'll glue that right into her bow. We've got an extra one if we want to pop that anywhere. Let's get these glued in first. I think they're precious. All right, here I come with my glue. Here's my big glue. So I'm going to glue that big pumpkin first. You guys can totally use a glue gun. I don't use glue guns. You'll see me just use my glue pot with my bring the glue to the situation. And this one I pushed into the metal frame already, so I'm just going to tuck a little glue under and we'll just stick it right. Oh gosh, how cute. Isn't that precious? Let me make sure my bow's flipped out around that. My little pumpkin's good to go. And I have a couple of twigs here I'm going to add. I'm going to just take these and curl them a little tighter. And let's see. Let me get that one. I think these would look really cute up here on her little ear, like they're coming off this pumpkin. So I'm going to take and just go around the wire frame and just tuck that in like this little pumpkin's doing his own thing. Isn't that cute? I have one more little pumpkin that I'm just going to glue into the top here. Okay. I'm going to put him right in here. It's cute. There's his little stem. And one more little twig I'm going to run off the top here also. So you can embellish as much or as little as you want and add as many little details. But it is so fun to put these little type things in and add those little touches. It's almost addicting. It's like you want to get that base stuff done so you can play and add in the little fine details. Look how cute she is. You guys, you can grab this kit over at Khalees.com where you can make your own kitty just like this. You'll get all the supplies to make this. The only thing you'll need is wire cutters, cable ties, and hot glue, which you probably already have. If you're watching this video, you probably have all this fun stuff in your stash. All right, I can't wait to see what you make for your door. Make sure you're having fun with flowers. Fall is the beginning of the decorating season where we really go to town. So lots of fun stuff will be coming up our page. So make sure you go to textkhalees.com. Text me the word live and I will let you know anytime we're going live or we have new videos posted to the social media pages for you. All right. You guys have a great one, Bloomerinos. Make sure to have fun with flowers. Bye, y'all.